training program that the city pays. It is not illegal to yell here. Excuse me, ma'am. You are helped when you are visiting the city. Would you please ask your family to correct it? You have been fired and sued several times. I will now leave your bullshit store. You have been asked very loudly about your family's contracts. You do not live off this salary. Goodbye, with the understanding I ask quietly and it is not illegal to be loud.
Get the fuck out, lady. Fuck out.
Look at the broke out California asshole that can't afford to rent for real.
Great victory for the people, man. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hey guys, study after study shows that if you want strong bones and muscles, healthy hair, skin, teeth, and nails, you need the 5 types of collagen in your diet. I get mine from BioTrust. I've got a link in the description with a massive discount, and it'll tell you all about it.
Done with the Drag Your Kid to Pride event at Mr. Mister in downtown Dallas.
Drag your kid to Pride.
And I am here with...
Noelle Sinclair.
And what is your name?
I am Ariel Diamond.
I mean, think about the title. Drag your kid to Pride. They don't have a choice. They're coming to Pride. They don't have a choice. They're going to be exposed to all this stuff. They don't have a choice. We're going to actually, you know, there's a term for this. Look at this. This is a word you can't say. If you say this word right here, you get marked by the algos and they start taking channels down because you're asserting that the intention for these parents, that the intention for these performing artists is to this with these kids. This is when someone builds a relationship, trust, and emotional connection with a child or young person so they can manipulate, exploit, and abuse them. Drag your kid to Pride. See if what you're seeing here displayed, but like, do your eyes lie to you? See if what you're seeing here fits this definition of possible manipulation, possible exploitation, and possible mental abuse.
How do you think the event went today?
I think it was amazing. I never get to like perform in front of children. Like performing in front of children, I have like 6 other younger siblings.
And just a reminder, guys, just a reminder, because, you know, my mind's not acclimated, nor does it want to acclimate to this stuff. This is a dude. This is a man, an admitted man who's dressed as a hypersexualized stripper woman performing in front of little kids who are there because their parents brought them to a gay bar that serves alcohol in Texas. And the Texas cops are outside protecting this venue. It's against the law to bring a child into a bar that serves alcohol, guys. It's against the law. And these law enforcers will be quick to economically terrorize you and commit road piracy against you and enforce their laws against you. But then when these laws are broken, they don't do anything about it. Interesting.
So it was very emotional. I loved it. It was...
And just again, this is not a woman and doesn't claim to be a woman. This is a guy dressed in drag, and they're both standing in front of a sign in a gay bar that says it's not going to lick itself. This is the era that we're living through.
Probably one of the best shows I've ever done.
What do you say to the conservative parents that wouldn't bring their children to an event like this?
Why? Here's the thing. I don't think that there is any kind of issue with exposing children to this because...
I don't think there's any kind of issue exposing children to this, says the drag queen.
Especially if your child is in the community or you may think they are. I just think that drag is educational.
Do you think that exposing children to drag will lead children to do drag in the future in the long run?
Not if they don't want to do drag. I'm a gay man and I don't want to do drag. So I don't think, no, absolutely not.
Look at the kids giving money to a guy dressed as a hypersexualized woman in a gay bar that serves alcohol. I just can't emphasize that enough, man.
It's not grooming. It's not. You will be what you are.
It's not at all what it appears. Not at all. This is completely healthy for the mental upbringing of a child. There's nothing wrong with this at all.
We're not going to turn you into something else because you come and see this event.
How can something so obvious be so outrageous to us, but there are other people go perfectly acceptable? I not only endorse and support it, I encourage it. We're bringing our own kids there.
Yeah!
Do you think exposing children to drag will result in more kids doing drag eventually?
I think so.
So the other looked like grandparents and no, I don't think it's going to do that. The other guy goes, I'm gay and I don't want to do that. And this person who's in a drag costume is going, yeah, I think so. I think it will. Other people are going, no, I don't think so. How could it not? A child's mind is wet cement. Any impression that you leave on it typically lasts for the rest of their life. That's why it's important to be careful how you bring up your child, to be careful what you expose your child to understand that you know that your child's mind is incredibly exploitable, so easy to abuse. We are all on some level to some degree impressionable. Every one of us, even if you've got experience as an adult in the hard things in life and you've had to learn through the hard knocks and you've gathered through your experience, through all the things that you've studied, you as an adult have become aware that you are extremely impressionable. Who was it that said, it's no measure of good mental health to be considered well adjusted to a profoundly sick society? We're all in an adjustment phase at all times. And the older you get, the more you understand that, the more guarded you are. But even with that guarded position, that guarded outlook, even you can be deceived. It's easier to deceive the masses than to convince them that they've been deceived. It's easy to deceive adults. How about children? It's easy to manipulate adults. How much more children? Children, the role of an adult, not just a parent, but the innate role of an adult is, I got to protect this kid from the evils. And there's so much evil that can attack this kid. We got to keep them from it. We got to guard them. That's the natural response of a regular, normal, well-adjusted, sane person. Is I got to protect these kids, not expose them to this nonsense. Here, let's see how much poison we can feed them to where it's not going to kill them. No, guys, there is physical poison that will harm or eliminate you bodily. There's also mental poison that you could subject your kid to that's going to harm them and give them, I don't know, for lack of a better term, PTSDs for life. I would say this might be one of those things.
And I hope so, because like I said, it's the biggest confidence.
Yeah, Steph says in the chat, Twilight Zone doesn't have Shiite compared to this trash. I mean, Rod Serling's got nothing on us. Our reality is far more sobering than any fiction. Any fiction.
Booster. Like, yes, it can be negative at times, but...
Real quick reminder, again, this is a dude. This is a kid being subjected to this nonsense in a gay bar in front of a sign that says it's not going to lick itself. What do you think that means in a gay bar? Sure, perfectly healthy to expose these kids to this atmosphere.
But I think that drag builds confidence.
Do you think exposing kids to drag will make more children go into drag eventually?
I feel like yes, because I feel...
So that's two drag queens that say, yeah, if you expose kids to this kind of stuff, they're more likely to get into it. Psychologically speaking, there's probably a lot of truth in that. And that is what's disturbing, or it should be.
Drag is such
let me tell you this. If you're not outraged by this, if there isn't this fire welling in you, this protective mama or papa bear in you that goes, these kids need to be protected, and you're doing the exact opposite. If not, that's not in there, I truly question your sanity.
like an art form. There's so much dancing, there's hair, there's wigs, there's makeup. There's so many things that
That's not all there is. There's not just dancing. There's just not just hair, not just wigs, not just makeup. There's something else there. It starts with a P.
that kids will love to experience with. So I feel like a lot of kids will want to like dabble in every.
Look at the dollar. Look at the money being offered to this performance artist in a gay bar serving alcohol in front of it. I can't even stop saying it, man. This is just so outrageous, so over the top.
Thing that's going on in like drag.
Do you think exposing children to drag will lead them to do drag in the future themselves?
Potentially, if someone's really into fashion or they see themselves up there with those queens.
That's all this is about. Guys, this is just about fashion. It's just about makeup. It's just about hair. It's just about glitz and glamour. That's all this is about. It ends there. Boom. There's a barrier. That's all this is. It's just fashion. That's all it is. Harmless. Perfectly normal. It's going to produce well-adjusted kids. Let's do a psychological evaluation on all these kids in about a decade. Let's see where they're at in life. Let's see what kind of troubles have come upon them.
And I think that could be amazing.
Before I started doing drag, I was just some little gay boy running these streets. But now I feel
running these streets. This person right here gets confronted by Alex Stein. I think they have this on here. If we don't have it, oh yeah, here it is. Alex Stein confronts this dude right here. Here we go. But you know who doesn't confront these guys? You know who wasn't outside of that gay bar? Didn't see Donald Lamone there. Didn't see Jakey the Snake Tapper. Didn't see little Brian Stelter. Didn't see Rachel Madcow. All these people who care about the children. Didn't see Sheila Jackson Lee. Didn't see Adam Schiff for brains. I didn't see Eric Swalwell protecting the children there in Dallas, Texas. I don't see any outrage coming out of the Twitter feed of the AOCs of the world. No, they're mysteriously silent, but they care about your children enough to create a Protect Our Kids bill, don't they? That they want to make into law so that they can criminalize the rest of us innocent gun owners who did absolutely zero criminal activity with our firearms. They won't be outside here exposing this kind of stuff, though. They really care about children over there at the mainstream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird MK Ultra Media, huh?
Dancing for little children? You don't think that's disgusting? Dancing around for little children? Away from me. Don't you think that's disgusting? I need you to
get the fuck away.
Hey, well, you can't just touch me. You don't think that's
disgusting? You touch me.
Your mom's a bitch.
Go on.
You don't think that's disgusting? Dancing for little children. You should be ashamed of yourself. Dancing for little children. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I fuck him. Is he a child? No.
You guys dancing little children. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You're disgusting.
Look how upset this person right here is, just banging on the top of the car. Let me in this car. I cannot stand the truth. I do not want to be confronted. I do not want to be exposed for what we just did to those little kids. Look at him banging on the car.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Dancing for little children. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I fuck him. Is he a child? No.
You guys dancing little children. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You're disgusting. Think about what you just did. Okay, that's fine, but you danced naked in front of little children. You did. You did.
Stop it.
Look at you.
Stop.
You dance in front of little children.
And what would you say to the kids?
Wow. Yeah, exactly, Darkado. I caught that. That's just, I don't know. The darkness is so deep. It's just disgusting, man. I don't even know what else to say. I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse to the point where it's just gelatinized and dripping all over the place. Seems pretty apparent to me that this, I don't know. You guys leave your thoughts about this. You tell me what you think. And what I'll do is I'll leave the link to this Fleckus Talks video. They did a really good job infiltrating and, you know, asking the questions, hitting it from all angles. Just it's super discouraging. When I see this kind of stuff, I'm like, who's got the nuclear codes? Can we open the box and just go ahead and get it over with and push the button? Who's got those? Creepy Uncle Joe. I feel more comfortable with Creepy Uncle Joe's shaky finger shaky perverted finger hovering over the red nuclear weapons button than I do about what's going on with our kids.
Guys, we already know that they want to decimate the dollar, destroy the economy, bring us into a cashless society, and eventually make it difficult for us to even get food. That's why I constantly promote My Patriot Supply. Every chance I get, I turn my fiat currency notes into long-term storable food. This stuff is awesome. It's got a 25-year shelf life. And one thing we're all going to need is storable food. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. With my link in the description, you get $100 off of every order instantly. It'd be a good idea to order it while you can, because I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be able to ship this out. My link for your $100 off discount is in the description below.